Hey, it's Murray. This is the top 10 archives, easiest tricks you can actually do at home. It's like 10 tricks in 10 minutes, and of course I'm hanging out with Jim and Kelly, and I'm going to teach you guys some magic tricks. You guys cool with that?
That's great.
Cool.
Okay, so these are tricks you can actually make at home really easily, and you can impress your friends. They're not like, just because they're easy tricks does not mean that the trick is not good. It just means they're easy for you to do, and you can impress friends right away. You don't need to spend 10 years learning one trick, okay?
Great. Yes. 2,
Joker, and the Queen of Spades. I want you to pull a Joker out for me, okay? But don't look at it, just put it out and put it on the table. Just pull out the Joker for me.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Show the camera.
Oh, wow.
Bam. All right, so here's how it works, guys. Here's the secret. You need 3.5 cards or 3 1/4 cards. Here's the secret card right there. It's a little fin. It's got a flap. See? That's the secret card. We got 4 cards, and I'm going to do it myself so you guys can get the gist of this, all right? And I'm going to go with a 10. I kind of use cards that are different, like that actually stand out. A picture, something a high denomination low, because the cards look different. That's the idea, right? Then you need tape, and then, of course, you need scissors. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to suggest, let's go with the ace. You take the ace, and when you cut this, you cut it on an angle, okay? Which is not really in half, but just enough. Like that. So you have this piece here, okay? You want to cut this slender enough, okay? What I mean by is that this has to fit on an opposite card or something different. You want to contrast. So I want to put this on the jack because there's a contrast for me. The 10 and the jack are a contrast. That's a nice contrast. Find a card that contrasts well. So what you do is you take your little sliver, all right, and this slice piece you can just chuck in the middle because you don't want to get it confused. We're not going to use that anymore. You take a piece of tape. What you do is take the back, and there's a straight edge on it. You know, one's on an angle, one's straight. Put the tape, look at the back of your card, not the front, look at the back. Put the tape on the edge, half it, and run it straight down. Okay?
Okay.
Everyone got that?
Yes.
Okay. Then what you do is, what you want to do here is you want to bend back the tape. Don't put your fingers all over because it's not going to stick. But bend that back just enough so you fold it. Okay? And then find the card you want to put it against. I want to put mine against the Jack of Spades. You're going to use the 10. Now, when you put this is really important. You really got to put it so this is all on the card. Okay? Here's my example. You want it to sit on an angle as if you fan the cards. You know, when you fan cards, they fan like this. So keep that in mind. When you put this, you want to put it on a bit of an angle so it's a bit of a fan of the card because that's the way you're going to hold it. And you press it down hard. And then you just have a little fin that just opens up like this. So now that's on there, okay? But it has to be on there so when you look at the back of the card, you don't see it. So now you got your little pocket, okay? And that's the secret card. So this is the one you don't want to share with anybody, all right? Because that's the secret. Then find a card that you're going to change it to. So this is your fake card. Mine is the 10 of diamonds, yours is the ace of spades, yours is the king of clubs. I'm going to change mine to the 3 of spades because the 10 of diamonds and the 3 of spades are very different. I really want that because people forget what their card is or what it was. So take the one you like, slide that in there, and line it up with the actual sliver. It has to line up the top. The top, if anything, cheat it just a shade below it, not above it, because it has to line up to look like the card. So it should look like one whole card now, okay? That's the idea. Then what you do is you take the next card. It might have to be a 6 of hearts. Here's the Joker. Here's the 2 of spades. Don't line it up against the edge. It'll never work and it won't look good. You have to overlap it, maybe 1/8 of an inch, just enough. And then lift it above it, because you've got to hide this slice in it, because if they see that, the trick's going away. Put that up, lean it against it, and then if you notice, this card here is actually the real card that's poking out. And this card is the fake card. But it looks like the right card. It looks like the same card because you're hiding the line. You put that down, and then down here where all the mess is, you put your thumb there. And that way, it hides everything, okay? So now, you hold on to it, and you grab that thing like it's a windy day, because once you have this grip, you don't want it to change, all right? So now, we're gonna do this towards the camera so you at home can see how the trick works, all right? But what you do is you present this to the audience, or your guest, and you say, and you explain to them. You say, look, I got a Jack of Spades, 10 of diamonds, really make it casual. I got a 6 of hearts. So this is turned over, so you can't see what's happening. What it is you're actually pulling it out from the sleeve, because they actually grab the second card that's hidden. But it's perfect, because why would there be another card? It's the perfect illusion. They pull that out. Mine happens to be a 3 of spades. You can pull yours out now. And it comes out here. Obviously not face up. Now you got the problem with 3 cards showing up. What you do is, with your hand, now if you're not good with it one hand, this will take practice sometimes, you can just squeeze that finger together and you cover up that card. See? So when you turn your hand back over, of course that must be the card. Why wouldn't it be? Because it's not there. But now when you pick it out, don't tell them, this is really important, tell them to slide the card up, but don't look at it yet. Because if they pull it out and see the change right away, they know there's something fishy here. Have them pull that out and just set it face down the table. Go, look, pull out the 10 of diamonds, but just put it face down the table. Don't look at it yet. And you have to tell them that. So, pretend we have another person. Pull out that middle card and just put it down. Now look, if we turn these cards over right now, we're going to show that there's still 3 cards there. So you squeeze your hand together a little bit. If you're worried that you haven't got it right, use both hands and kind of hold them a little bit together and then just turn them over. Because, you know, so now you turn these over and go, great. So now there's, the disbelief's unbelievable because these are the 2 cards. It's got to be that one. Nothing's happened in their head yet. Now you go, if it's a kid, pick a magic word or take these scissors and wave it over. Probably not kid and scissors is a good thing to put together. But my point is, you know, abracadabra, whatever. And what was the card? It was, now go back.
Right.
What was your card? Because they'll forget. What was your card? 10 of diamonds or whichever one that was. Yeah, or whatever that was. Yeah. And you snap your fingers, wave, and go check this out. And then you flip it over and drop it and go like that. And there's the trick. And then you take that, put it on top, and you head for the hills. Don't let them see the other ones. So, excellent. Which leaves you, of course, with the carrot. You know what? That's the one I had in my hand.
Hey.
Okay. This is the way this trick works, all right? It's called a force in magic. I'm forcing you to pick the carrot.
Okay.
So whatever you choose, I'm going to choose against it. See, I have the power because I know what's in my hand. You don't. So we're going to go with the carrot again since that's what I have in my hand right now.
Okay.
The way this works is I say pick 2. Okay? I don't say choose, I just say point 2 or pick 2. I like using point because it doesn't mean that you own it. You're just pointing. Picking sometimes or grabbing means ownership. So I say point to 2. So you point to these 2. Now look, we need to end up with a carrot. That's the way this works. So if I point to you point to these 2, well, we need to keep that there, don't we?
Right.
Which eliminates this one. So you know what? I'm going to get rid of this because they don't know what you're supposed to do. They don't even know what's going on, right? If you say I pick these 2, you go, great. Let's get rid of these 2. Now you're there already. And if they say let's pick these 2, well, we know we need to keep the carrot. So you go, let's get rid of this.
Okay.
Okay. Then you go, do me a favor, pick one of them up. So you pick this up. So as soon as you pick that up, I went, great, we'll get rid of that. Because I didn't tell you what we're doing with it yet. I just said you to pick it up.
Right.
Now if you pick this up, go on. So that's your choice. See, now I've made that your choice. I go, great, we'll get rid of this. See, so it's a forced prediction. And if I cut across here, watch really carefully. Snap my fingers if you watch. Isn't that cool? Stays together. Kind of neat, right? So here's how you do it, everybody. Here's the secrets revealed.
All right.
All right. You cut a strip of paper about 1 inch down. All right. All the way down. I'd say 1.5 inches, 2 inches. I'd be a little thicker, maybe 1.5 inches. All the way down. Okay. So there's your strip of paper.
Use this?
Yeah, we're going to use this because it's going to get messy. And then I always find more the printed side. It hides what we're going to do more. It's pretty equal on this, so I'm going to use this side. Take rubber cement, all right? And take the rubber cement. You can buy this at any office store. And leave about 1/2 inch at the end with no glue, but you're going to put the glue all the way down. Just paint all the way down this. Okay? And be somewhat generous. Don't be cheap about it. Okay? And you're going to go all the way down to here. Okay, so there's all your glue. Now this stuff actually dries pretty quickly, believe it or not. So you leave that there. Now, with rubber cement, if you take this and fold it right away, it'll glue together and that's the end of it.
Right.
Okay, so obviously you need something that is going to stop that from sticking, because when I fold it over to cut it, if I just did that, we'd never get it apart again.
Right.
So the secret ingredient is flour. All right, just regular flour. You can use baby powder as well, works sometimes, or starch, but flour is the easiest. You sprinkle it over the glue, okay, like so. I usually wait till it's dried a little more, but it dries pretty quickly, okay. And there's your flour.
Absorbs it.
Yep. Takes it. So basically, with rubber cement, it's exactly what it is. It's rubber. So that never goes away.
Right.
So that's why you can cover one side with this. It doesn't stop it from being sticky. That's the secret. So now, you drop this all the way down. So you pop that off.
Okay.
Okay. And now, if you notice this side, where the glue is all now covered with flour, which means it's not sticky anymore. And you need that, all right? You don't want this to happen. You don't want to just go, hey, I got a regular piece of paper. Because nobody's going to believe that, so make sure you do this outside or wherever you're going to do it at, okay? And make sure that's off. So now, you take the paper, you fold it in half, and you fold the actual glue to glue. That's the way it goes, not the other side. It won't work. You got to fold glue to glue. That's why you put the flour, so it doesn't stick. Then you take the scissor, and when you cut with the scissor, it actually makes the rubber mesh together. The two pieces of rubber on either side mesh together like gum, and it actually is enough to hold the paper together. Now, right now it is definitely cut. So when you open, if you noticed, I always lie one half on my hand and then slowly open it this way, because if there's any pressure like that, it might break apart, okay? So you want to lift that up slowly, and it'll stick just like that. See, and that's how it works. You can keep cutting all the way down, and even cut on an angle, and it'll stay.
Right.
But if you pull the bottom, look, it'll come apart. Go for it. So there it is. Okay.
Got it.
Yes, nothing in this hand here, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously a nickel in that hand. Watch very, very carefully. So we're gonna have one. So I'm gonna come across. You watch very carefully.
Look at that.
2 cents. All right, so here's how it works, everybody. Really cool optical illusion. You need 55 cents, and basically you get 2 quarters, which are these, okay, and you have a nickel, all right? What you do is you put the 2 quarters together, and you put them like that in your hand. See? You pinch them just like that. And then you take the nickel, you put it on the front of that, like a T.
Right.
See that? All right, so the idea is if you look on top, they're going to see that, but you want to look on it straight head. Because that's it. So whenever you're performing, don't do it too low, they'll see in the top. Don't do it too high, they'll see underneath. You want to be at eye level when you do this, okay? And everyone's in front of you. And then what happens is, that's your nickel, and you go, now don't tell them I got nothing in this hand and nothing here, because now you're just telling them you have something. Just say, look, I got a nickel here, I got nothing in this hand. So indirectly, it means the same, that there's nothing else in this hand.
Right.
You go, watch, and then when you come together, you push this nickel underneath the back of the 2 quarters.
Okay.
You slide it behind, and then you grab both, and you hold the nickel and that 1 quarter together as one, and you separate them like that.
I see.
So when you do it in real time, it's this like that, and then you swing your hand like this, because they can't see that, because you're blocking it, right?
Right.
For one moment, you do this, and then you turn your hand forward, come across, and then there's your...
Awesome.
That's great.
That's
There you
awesome.
go. Kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes some bus fare.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Make a paper tree just like that. You take a newspaper, you undo them all, and you need 8 sheets of these paper. Okay, 8 sheets of paper, all right? These paper, that's good enough. And then what you do is you want to put them edge to edge, all right? Then take some tape.
Like right along the edge?
Not right along there. You put a half an inch or an inch in, but keep this equal. All right.
Okay.
And then you don't need to tape all the way down. If you got a lot of tape you want to get rid of, you can go all the way. But you can just put a 2-inch piece there. Very good. And then one in the middle. And one down the far end. Yeah. Excellent.
You got a career in this.
I know I think you're in. You could
Thank you.
be very good at the present
have many
wrapping thing.
skills.
I see there's some stuff going on. Now look, we have 2 pages here. Now 8 goes on and on, so you don't want to do it in your kitchen floor in your hallway, but you need to do this 8 times. So now that you have 8 all taped together like so, you roll it. So you do a tiny, like, I'd say about that much. So it's about 2 inches in, and you start rolling. Okay, don't make it too big because then it's going to be this massive. You want a tight roll on this. So something like this, which is enough. Okay, and then the idea is when you roll it, you want to keep it pretty square to the edges. You don't want it going everywhere. So now you roll this all the way down, okay? And so this is 8 rolls, 8 pages of newspaper, which ends up to be like that, okay? So this is what we end up with. And then that last page, tape that as well. So it's a cylinder. So it's not going to fall apart, okay? So now this is your paper tree. Then what you do is you take your scissors. I'm going to have you do it because it's hard to cut, and I'm going to have you pull it out. So you cut like I did. So basically here, now look, if you want to do this at school and you don't have scissors, you can rip this down and just rip it. It can be right, it doesn't matter. The key is to get right in the hole.
Right in the center.
And then cut this and then cut this. And you want to cut maybe 4 or 5. I'd say about a foot down or more. So you do that, all right? So cut yourself. That's right.
You can do
Down
it,
about
Jim.
there. Yeah,
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Faith.
Good. Yeah. Great. That's good enough, sure.
All right.
And then go about 2 inches over and then cut down some more. Just watch yourself, yeah. So cut your fingers. There you go. Get all the way down. And then hold that together over here. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's fine. Yep. There you go. Keep going down. Great. All right, that's enough. And then go again.
You guys are doing great.
I know this is very good, huh?
Yeah, I'm very
Martha
proud.
Stewart, eat your heart out. All right, that's good. And then one more down the middle there.
I did good at kindergarten.
I know, right?
I know.
I'm sure you guys passed with flying colors.
And I gave you the adult scissors, if you notice,
You
not the
did.
rounded ends.
I know, I
That's
know.
very good. All right, great.
Okay,
So there it is. Now it's your job. Now you take this.
Okay.
All right. Now find the middle and bend the sides where they should go. Bend the. That's right. Kind of get them out on either side. And you can pull down a little bit more if you want to make them even. It's okay if you rip it. Then what you want you to do is reach in. Now when you pull this, it's like anything. If you overpull it, it'll just come right apart and fall apart. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You know, don't get greedy and try to make the tree like 10 feet tall when there's not enough paper. This should go about 6 feet, maybe 8.
Okay.
So as it's getting, then stop and keep pulling somewhere else. But if you grab the middle, okay, and you may have to stand up as you do it, but slowly pull just the middle piece.
Just these guys.
Just reach in the middle, yeah, the first one, and slowly start pulling it up. And you can let the bottom fall down a little bit, and then slowly start extending it. But you can see where it's starting to run out, so and you can stand up with it because you're going to have to.
All right.
That's right, and slowly keep it going, yeah. And you can see, keep going. Keep going. Actually, your tree's better than mine. That looks a lot better than mine.
Yeah,
I know. I know, look at that.
Wow.
See? And there you go. Isn't that the coolest thing, though?
That is great.
And the greatest thing is it's like recycling.
Whoa.
And as you see, story of my life right there. Now you see, you held the card for a minute, so your fingerprint is on one of the cards.
Right.
You know that?
Oh,
You didn't know
yeah.
that, did you?
Uh-huh.
So if I go through these, I should be able to see the fingerprint with the right light, because these haven't been touched. Let me see if I keep looking. That's your card.
That's it.
There it is, 2 hearts. You have someone pick a card, any card. So you pick a card, all right? Doesn't really matter. Just take one. Have a look at it. Memorize. So you tell them to memorize that you don't want to see it. So they memorize the card, and you show them.
Okay.
You place it on top of the deck. So put it on top. Now, when I put it behind my back, here's what happens. I take the top card. I flip it over. Nobody sees that, okay? Now, at first you probably have to use 2 hands, but if you practice enough, you can actually slide the card over and do it with 1 hand, okay? This is advanced, but you can actually do it with 1, which I did. But I would advise at the beginning, just put your hands behind your back and then flip it over. Now, when you bring this back out from behind your back, don't bring this facing the audience. Make sure you keep it flat, you know, and you don't flash that card they just chose. So you bring it up, but when you bring it out, you go, hey, quick question, is that your card? And most of them go, no.
Right.
They forgot that it was really on top of the deck. It was not. But as you're doing that, you're looking at their card. That's how you know their card. But the key is, when you do this, make it casual. Don't go, is that your card? Because that doesn't really help. So you want to be kind of casual. Oh, there it is. And then memorize the card so you see what the card is, because it's the only card facing you, which is the card they put on top. Then you put it behind your back again. Okay, make sure you don't swing it this way because they'll see it. Just put them behind your back. Flip the card over again. And usually I say a line going, oh, you know what? I shouldn't do magic tricks behind my back, should I?
Right.
And as soon as I do that, I cut the deck right away because that card's still on top and somebody might grab the deck from me. So if I cut it in half, then now it doesn't matter what happens. I already know the card. So I can make up any story I want. And you can make, I made the fingerprint story, but I can take my glasses off and pretend to see it through these glasses or special glass to find things. You can say one's warmer than the rest. Sometimes I'll do it as a joke and I'll go, let me see if I can find your card. Now let me see your card. 2 hearts, right? Let me think. And I'll do that and they don't even realize I just told them their card and I'm still looking for it. And they go, oh, I hope he finds it. I'm like, I just told you the card. So there's so many versions you can do of this.
Cool.
I give you one there you can use, which is the fingerprint thing. But once you know their card, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
So there's a card trick that you can do anytime, anywhere.
It's great.
Yeah. You can see some are back to face, right? And some are face to back, and some are even back to back, aren't they? If you go like this and you snap your fingers, the only card turned over in the whole deck is the Jack of Clubs. Cool. So here's how this works, everybody. This one's a little more technical, but you can do it. So Jim, pick a card for me. All right, have a look at it. Show Kelly and also show the camera, so we all know what it is. And I cut the deck in half. Here's the sneaky move. I cut the deck in half. You place the card down. Great. Now when you do that, I take these and put them on top, but I put this little pinky right there. So I put them on top. So from the front, it looks like they're together. But from the side, it's a massive gap, like the Grand Canyon. But I only do that for a second, because your card's right there. So I drop them on top, and I usually talk to you. If I look at you, you're going to look at me.
Yep.
If I look here, you're going to look here. So I say, just put your card down. I drop these on top like this. I go, and I say, your card wasn't the instructions or a joker, was it? And you go, oh, no. It gives me enough time to take this that I just put on top and I put it on the bottom. So now your card is
On the top.
on top. Now once it's on top, I start shuffling. And the first thing I do is I shuffle overhand like this. Everyone can do it. It's nothing hard or fancy. I take that, and it doesn't matter how you do this. The first card has to go on the bottom.
Okay.
And then you keep shuffling like this. It doesn't matter if you take 7 or 8, but the first card, which is your card, has to go down first. Because that means it's on the bottom.
Sure.
Right? So you keep shuffling like this, shuffle, 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 and now your card's on the bottom. That's where you need it to be. So now you say, hey, you know what? My mom used to, or dad, or whoever used to always get upset when I mixed the cards up. Now I bend the cards a little, see? When I bend them, I turn them like this. Now when I turn them, see how it kind of gives a little break in
Right,
there? So I turn them like that. Now when I turn them again, I grab further down and turn them again, right? Every time I turn them, all I'm doing is really grabbing more cards, but they're all staying the same way, but they're only split in half. They're not mixed up like it looks like. So I keep doing that, all right? So it keeps gaining more and more if you look at the space. These cards are going this way, these cards are going that way. But we still have the one on the bottom, which is your card. Now what I do for the last moves, I pull off the bottom card and I rotate that around so that one goes there. See? And I turn the whole pack over. And I go, you know what? They're all mixed up. And then I split this section anywhere. And I go, look, some are back to face. And then I go above the obvious break to me, but not to anybody else. And I go in this section, and I go, some are face to back. Now, this section all goes one way, this section all goes the other. So all I gotta do is put them together the right way, they all go. And this card, guess what? That's your card you put on top that you chose.
Right.
So when I take that top pack and flip it all the way over, bam, I've just set the whole pack up. So your card is the only one facing the wrong way.
Right.
I snap my fingers and I go, what was your card? Now, before you open it, make sure you ask the card because it's not as impressive. But either way, you say, what was your card?
Jack of clubs.
You remember? Okay. And then you fan the whole deck out. You've looked really carefully.
Oh, 7.
The 7 of clubs, because yours was the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it becomes the 7 of clubs. And that's how you do the sloppy card trick.
Awesome.
There you go.
Very good.
Very good. And you? Okay, now check this out. It actually is all separated. Just.
Awesome.
All right. So here's how you do it. You sit at home by yourself. And this is completely edible. There's nothing. Well, not now. But so what you do is you sit at home.
Save that for me.
Yeah. You sit at home. Well, you're a bit of a monkey. So what you do is you take this and you take a pin, all right? And you find a line on the back of it, or the front. I chose the back. And you stick the pin in here. Like so. And once it's in there, you run it back and forth like this. See? And the banana's so soft, it actually slices the whole banana.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you slide it back and forth like that. And you go down here, you go back and forth like that. And because the banana is soft, you can get right through the banana. If you use a really ripe banana that's green, I wouldn't advise because it's probably not going to go through. But you want to get the right size of pin too. It's like this is a bit of a thinner pin, so it's probably not going to spread or open the actual banana as much.
Right.
But you go across. I'm just going to do a little more over here so we can get through it. But you do this, and obviously this side, you want to do this sooner than later with this trick. Because, you know, like anything, you'll cut open an apple, it goes bad after a while.
Right,
See with the banana, you're going to see these dots. And I did this quickly, so it's not going to be as good as that one. But you'll see, you wipe the line off, you can't really see them. But if it sits for another 20 minutes or longer, you'll start seeing it.
Right.
Yeah, it'll just do its thing. And then what you do is you open it. You can open it either way. I open it here because it's easier to open. But you can crack this over here. And then when you run this across the back like that, as you open it, you want to do this as well and bend it. Yeah, exactly. So it all gives way, and it'll actually all separate just like that.
That's nice.
Very cool.
And there's your secret banana trick. You got to watch it right. Get 1 dot on this side, 4 here, 3 there, 6 there, and then that's kind of how it works, kids. All right, so here's how it works. On this side, we have how many dots?
Got 4.
5. See, Jim? We have 5. See?
got 5.
So here's how it works, all right? So and on this side, how many dots?
1.
No, we have 2. See? That's how this works. So you have 2 here, and you have 5 here, all right? So have a look at this. This is how you make a card. You can get a piece of cardboard, rip this out of a box off, whatever. I use white with blue so you guys can really see it on camera. It doesn't have to be. You can use a regular piece of cardboard from a box, with a black felt pen. And here's how you make it, which is pretty simple. Basically, you just copy this formula. You know, you put 1 dot there, right? And then you put 1 dot here, and then 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 right there. Okay. Let that dry, and then on this side, you always put one in the middle, like so, like that, and then one down here. Now look, if you're doing this for your kids or you got smaller hands, you don't need to make the cardboard this big, because your hands have to hide the dots, obviously, okay? So Jim, hang on to that, and you guys can do it in just a second. I'll have you do it in just a minute, but you start like this. So it looks like there's one dot. All right, obviously there's two, but they don't know that. So when you come forward, start like this. Don't walk up and go, here, I got one dot right here. Not impressive. So you come out like this, you got one dot here. And then what you do on this is, on the cardboard you have, this is very important sometimes because the way you turn the cardboard over, the way the dots are laid out, yours are correct, okay? Because when you turn this, depending if you're left-handed or right-handed, I made this for left-handed. So if you're here, you can go, I got one dot here, then you turn it over here and you say I have 4 dots here. So your hand goes in the back, turns over, and you hide, that's right, and you hide that dot there. It's actually 5, but you say I got 4 here. Then you grab the bottom, which has no dot, you turn it over and go, I have 3 here. Because they just assume they see 2, but there's really nothing there. And you turn over here and say, I got 6, but there's really nothing there that you're keeping your hand covered because there's nothing. But it's an optical illusion. The idea is you keep it rolling. So you go, I got 1 here, 4 here, 3 there, and 6 there. And that's the trick.
That's
So
cool.
give it a shot. So it's not here, not there. It's right there. You can see that. 1, 2, 3. Still jumps.
Oh,
All right, so here's how it works. Take an elastic band. All right. There's your elastic bands, kids.
great.
Have your palm face you. So it's going to look that way to your face, but have it face you. If you're right-handed, your thumb should be facing to your right. If you're left, just do it the opposite, all right? Now what you're going to do is you're going to, towards your face, you're going to pull down the elastic into your palm, towards you. I'm showing you towards the camera so you can see what I'm doing. But don't do it this way. Just do it towards you. When you do that, I'm going to face my hand towards the camera so you at home can see what we're doing. You guys keep it towards yourself. You pull down into your palm. You take all 4 fingers, make a fist, and you curl them into the elastic band, and they rest along your fingernails. Just there. It's going to feel weird, but that's the setup.
All 4?
Yeah, all 4. Okay, now from the front, it looks like it's around 2. But if you see the back, it's actually over all the 4 tips of your fingers, see?
Yes.
So, you want to face it that way, and then all you have to do is don't pull your fingers out of it. People want to do that. You just want to open your fingers up and then flip over and jump to those fingers.
Cool.
See?
Nice.
And that's how it works. But some people want to pull their fingers out. You want to just flip it. It'll actually flip right over. Okay. What's happening is, now, you can do it, you can have fun with this. You can have it go from 3 to 1. I mean, it's the same premise. But the way to make this fluid, though, is you put on these 2 fingers, you show your palm and the back. And here's how the setup is, because you don't want to walk in like this. You can if you want, but it looks kind of like, first of all, it looks like you're angry. And second of all, it looks like something you're hiding something. So you want to be as casual. So even if you have something with a hairband, you can borrow. The more natural you can do something, the more impossible it feels. So you bore it, put it around your 2 fingers like this. And I always pull towards the audience first and go, look, it's only on these 2. And then I pull back. And as I pull back, that's when I do the sneaky move and put all my fingers and I just let it go. So it looks like I'm just doing this. So I always go forward because this action equals it. If I just did this, it would look weird.
Right.
But if I go forward and then backwards, it looks natural. And then I just snap it. There's no. Now it's set. Now look, if you're standing up, this is the way I do it. If there's kids sitting on the floor or people down here, I just rotate my wrist this way and show it to people this way. Okay, but you want them, that's if they're lower than you, and then if you're above you, you want to go this way. You just don't want them to see the back. And you snap your fingers, have a magic wand or a magic dust over it, and you just blow on it and open your hands, and there it goes. Now the cool thing with this, if you want to have some fun with it, nice one, I saw it, Jim. So here, I'll show you. Okay. With this one, if you want to have some fun with it, what you do is go, like I made the cage, right? Put the band over your fingers like normal. Take this and twist this around your fingers like this. It's a cage. This does nothing for the trick because the real way this works is this is all the elastic band does.
Okay.
That's what it does. So it does nothing, but mentally and visually when you see this, it looks like there's no way. And you do the same move. It's a little more constricting, but you don't change anything I've taught you.
Okay.
You basically pull, you say, now I've got a cage on it. You pull it away and you curl your fingers down again. And it just sits there. It feels like a lot of stuff on your fingers because there is. But if you just do the move and open it, it'll actually jump back over that finger. And that's the jumping elastic band, kids.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hey, thanks for hanging
Thank
out with me. I
you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys had a great time. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and learn how these tricks are done.